Nah, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico. Yeah.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
For more unbelievable Geico videos, give subscribe a click.
Morning face. You get it when you don't sleep well. This is what happened to Linda.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. Ah, what is that thing?
It's me, Linda.
Oh my God, it talks! Run!
No, it's me, Linda from HR.
It looks hungry! Save the children! Save them! Stay back! I've got mace!
Ow, that went in my eye.
Quit moving!
It's called beauty sleep for a reason. And there's never been a better time to get some.
Get 20% off IKEA Sultan mattresses. IKEA, love your home.
Here's to the straggly ones. The first ones. Hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Sign up now at Movember.com.
All right, welcome back to the Balance. 1 hour in the books. Thank you, Matthew Embury, our official IndyCar contributor, calling and talking some IndyCar flooding season. Sebastien Bourdais jumped ship from IndyCar over to IMSA. Also, he talked a little bit of Notre Dame. We're going to get into that conversation in more detail as well. And Tony Donahue of the Tony D podcast joins us to talk some NFL and a little bit of college football and racing news as well. But joining us now, the one, the only guy who can call us from a galaxy far, far away, Mr. Rick Riggin, our official college football contributor. Sir, how is you?
Pretty good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me, sir? Radio check to Rick Riggin.
Technical difficulties with the headset right when I came on the show, so I couldn't hardly hear the show, and then all of a sudden I started hearing it good. But yeah, it was weird. First time I've experienced that with this headset.
Well, maybe you didn't put your hearing aid in. Did you do that first?
Probably not.
Rick Riggin, it's Thanksgiving pre-weekend, if you will. Our next show, Thanksgiving, will be in the past, and we're going to be eating on all kinds of leftovers. But are you ready for a few days off, some R&R, some beer, some football, and most importantly, turkey?
You know when Ray Lewis when Ray Lewis played and he took the field, he always did that dance when he came onto the field, that Ray Lewis dance. You know what I mean? What I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
That's what I look like when I walk into the kitchen during Thanksgiving.
Man, so your turkey this year, are you the turkey maker, or is it up to the wife, or how's it done in the Riggin household?
I usually do it, but this time I'm going to smoke one. So I've never tried that before, but I'm going to set it in the brine for like 24 hours. Then I'm going to put it in the smoker the entire day, because we're not having Thanksgiving until like Thursday night this year. So I'm going to have like an 8 to 10 hour smoke pit. I'm going to set it in the brine for 24 hours. Never done it that way before, but I'm going to try it this year.
You know, I've heard a lot of people on social media talking about that. I try to make just kind of a different, unique turkey every year. Everything I make is world famous. So I have not smoked a turkey. I fried a turkey, but I've not smoked a turkey. I can't get it in that little white paper. I can't get it to work right. So too early for that. I'm going to make my world famous Cajun Creole chicken, and turkey. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it in my roaster and let it cook all day long. Yummy, sir. Yummy. Of course, it's got football.
Good. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be definitely tasty. Rick Riggin, let's jump into this, and we talked a little bit about this with Tony and with Matt Embury, but let's go ahead and get the official conversation going on with college football. Notre Dame hosts Boston College. A lot of Notre Dame fans kind of uprooted, if you will, because NBC is featuring some Boston College memories and not Notre Dame. Are you on that boat?
Oh no, I'm totally fine with it. I mean, we got to get Boston College something. They haven't been much of a football program over the course of their existence.
Since Kelly was
there,
right?
They've had some good years here and there. Well, I mean, since Boston College has even been a football program, they had the Flutie years, which are good. They had a couple of good linebackers. I can't think of had that Flutie threw the Hail Mary against Miami. Was it 1983 or something like that? 85? I don't remember. It was in the 80s. And they've had a couple of
Weren't you in
plays.
preschool at that time?
Yeah, well, 83. Yeah, that would be about right. I was 4 years old. But they also got to throw with a 1992 victory against Notre Dame, where they kicked the last-second field goal and knocked us out of the national championship game. So they've had some highlights in their 100-year existence. So I'm cool with the NBC showing them a little bit of love.
That's right. Well, let's get into this conversation. Notre Dame does host Boston College. Is this a box that's going to be checked off? We would just assume, and they say to never assume, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that Notre Dame's not going to get into the playoffs. Certainly, we would think that they're still in line for a New Year's Day bowl, but this is a box that they got to check off. I mean, it's going to be an embarrassing loss if Boston College finds a way to beat you guys today.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. They should win this easily and next week pretty easily. I know Stanford has gotten better as the season went on. I think they're ranked now. But this week and next week are definite wins. They won a New Year's 6. They have no shot at the playoff. Losing by 400 to Michigan kind of put a damper on things there. So, but I think there shouldn't be any problem today. They shouldn't have any problem with Stanford next week. I do think they're in line for New Year's 6. And actually the projection for that is the Orange Bowl against Florida right now.
Well, yeah, absolutely. We'll see what happens. Everybody watching today, and that's Penn State and Ohio State. And, we'll talk about IU and Michigan here in just a minute, but I like the way IU played Penn State, but I think Penn State could stay in this game. Ohio State, I think, has got everything in place to win this game, but a big game to get your popcorn out and watch Penn State and Ohio State.
What's the spread on this? I don't remember. Something like 18 or 19? Something big and crazy?
I think so. I don't have it up. I thought last I checked, I thought it was 20, but
it might even be 20. Honestly, I don't use the spreads for betting. I don't bet at all. I've never really got that far into it, but I do use the spreads for expectation, and they're expected to win by 19 or 20 points. I think that is probably going to be the score at halftime. They're going to be up by at least that. They're going to cover the spread, cover that expectation at halftime. This is not going to be a very good day for Penn State. They went into Minnesota, and I thought Minnesota pushed them around the field. They got out physical by Minnesota. If they can't handle Minnesota, what are they going to do against Ohio State at the Horseshoe? Absolutely nothing. This is going to be an embarrassing day to be a Penn State football fan. It's going to be a bad day. I don't know, embarrassing day. The amount of points you're going to lose by is going to be embarrassing. But they're going to cover the spread by halftime.
Let's talk a little bit about IU and Michigan. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we kind of thought IU would be IU, and we kind of thought that Jim Harbaugh and Michigan was a mediocre team. Michigan might still be a mediocre team, but I think IU, we talked a little bit about this with Tony Donahue in the last segment, that if IU can find a way to beat Michigan at home, they're opening up the doors for conversation for them to be in a New Year's Day bowl. That is huge for IU.
Well, they have 3 losses now, right? 3 or 4, 3 that they lose last week.
We lost last week.
It's been a long week, Tom. Right. Yeah. It was a loss last week. It's probably not going to be a win today. I don't even know if they win today, that puts them in a New Year's 6 conversation. Because they also go off straight to schedule for these other bowl games too. the committee kind of decides, the playoff committee kind of decides all this stuff. They'll get invitations, maybe. Maybe the Camping World Bowl. What will really be cool is that Camping World Bowl is another bowl game Notre Dame's been mentioned in. It could be Notre Dame and IU in that bowl game. But Notre Dame has 2 losses. They're still in line for New Year's Six. If IU beats Michigan today, IU will be my favorite team this year. I would absolutely. I like him. I like watching them anyway. I would love them after today. They'd be my favorite team in the state of Indiana if they beat Michigan today. But I think the spread in this game is only 9.
Something like that, yeah.
So
well, kickoffs at 3.
There's that expectation from Michigan again. It's only just winning by 2 scores. If IU can hang around, we'll see what happens. I don't see it happening. I think IU's going to get ran out of the building today, honestly. But you never know. I mean, it's only a 2-score expectation, for Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. There might be some weather issues. Some snow is expected in the area. Some rain, sleet, snow, some kind of nasty stuff is on its way, which should be hitting about that time the game starts. We'll see how much that plays into the fact. I don't know that it'll play into any fact but we'll see. But I think that Michigan is more adapt, if you will, to play in bad weather situations. Well, how big of an issue are we looking at here with Tua? I mean, here's the thing: when you're Alabama, you're Alabama. I mean, you insert and plug here. I mean, even if you don't have 2 on the field, you got someone completely capable. Even their backup quarterback is the NFL category, if you will. So, and they got Western Carolina. So, are we even concerned about Tua? But man, things could get real dicey with him as far as a player goes in his future.
We'll see, because he's definitely not going to play for Alabama ever again. So he's going to get whatever go on the draft wherever he can go and make his money, and not risk getting even more hurt by coming back to Alabama and playing next year and going through the same injury. He definitely should just declare for the draft, get paid, and go that route the way Jalen Smith kind of went with Notre Dame. Jalen Smith suffered a big injury. He would have been the number 1 overall pick, but he went like the first or second pick in the second round. The Cowboys picked him up after that bad knee injury. I think Tua should go that same route. Go to the NFL team, sit the bench for a year or 2. Then when you get your chance like Jalen Smith did, then you make your big money. But yeah, he's not going to play for Bama ever again. And it's crazy. I think he's the best quarterback that they've ever had, and this happened. And it sucks. I know we're not the biggest Bama fans here on the show, but you hate to see that happen.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we don't want to see anything bad happen to anybody, but I think us Bama, non-Bama likers like the fact that he's not on the field. But I'm just wondering if this injury continues. You never know how these things are going to play out. But as we get closer toward the end of the year and we get closer toward the combine, I'm just wondering where. I'm sure a team will pick him up. There's no doubt about that. But I'm just wondering how far down from the number 1 slot that he'll move at this point.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's going to be the number 1 pick anyway. I think Chase Young has that locked up. If any NFL team doesn't take a number 1, whoever gets the first pick, look like the Bengals right now. If they don't take Chase Young number 1, they should just not even exist as a football team anymore, because that would just be the dumbest pick of all time. I mean, even more dumb than the Chicago Bears moving up and passing over Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson so they could take Mitchell Trubisky. It's more of a dumb move than that if somebody does not take Chase Young number 1 this year.
Talking with Riggin, our official college football contributor. Let's break down some of the games on the docket today. Tonight, LSU versus Arkansas. LSU Tigers go into Razorback land. Don't see this being much of an issue, but LSU undefeated checks off another box against Arkansas today.
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas just fired the head coach, so it's a tune-up game for LSU here. Rest the starters, stay healthy. You got 2 more games coming up, so Yeah, just don't play any of your starters today, LSU, and you're still going to win about 40 points.
That's right. All right, so not a lot to talk about that game. That's what I thought. But let's